Hi, I'm Stephanie. I am the School of Business and Economics Library Liaison, and I am also the military affiliated student liaison. And basically, what I've done in the past 4 years that I've been here is I have tried to find a way to reach students at times that we're not here. What do I mean by that? What I mean is we have a lot of students that come to chat. We have a lot of students that come to our webinars, but we all know there's a lot more students that are doing all of their work asynchronously as much as possible, which means that they're going to be up late at night when I'm sleeping, um, when you're sleeping probably, and they're going to be doing work at a time where there isn't necessarily that instant help available. So what I have done is I have tried to make the guides that I have for our students as user-friendly as possible. I'll be honest with you, I did it so that faculty and other librarians would be able to use it as well. What I really wanted was guides that didn't feel like they were asking for another cognitive load lift from our students. So basically, what I did was I went through and I looked at some of our top programs in the business in School of Business and Economics, and I created guides based on those topics. So we have a basic business guide, we have human resources, we have leadership, um, accounting. Uh, there's 8 guides total. And in each of these guides, I have selected the best databases for the students to use. Now, something you and I can know, but they don't necessarily, students don't necessarily need to know is that those are the same, those are actually the same databases. Like databases that I recommend for a marketing student are often very similar, if not the same databases I recommend for an accounting student, because that's where the information is housed, right? So I went through and I tried to sort of remove all of the bloat. I wanted to get it to a point where a student could come to the page and say, I need to find a SWOT analysis. And they would have a box that says, this is how you do it. This is what a SWOT analysis is. This is where you can find it. So I started doing that. I had around 64 guides to start with, and I got it down to 8. Students oftentimes are surprised at the like small number, but they find it easier to click because they know, oh, I'm in leadership or I'm in management. Now, the bonus part to this is when they go to certain pages, I've actually created spots where there's like keywords, right? So things that can get them started. What I'm looking to do is that 2 o'clock in the morning study student who's just exhausted. They've already worked all day. They've probably taken care of kids too, and now they're trying to do their homework and they can't quite think of how to get started, but we're not available, right? It's been successful, I would say. The students seem to be really happy with it. I'll be asked to join, say, an early economics class or an early leadership class or some of the later leadership courses as well. While I'm there, I show students how to navigate from their course into the library, and then from there to the library guides that will help them. I find that the students who use the guides tend to have fewer basic questions and have much more complex questions. So they are able to kind of skip over the easy things like where do I go and start saying things like what do I use? What words do I use? What type of a topic should I really be looking for? Where can I find statistics, right? Things like that. Basically, every month I try to pull all of our undergraduate courses from our system, and I send out a bulk email to the students. Sometimes I just send a bulk one that just says the business guide, right? And it has the business guide linked. Other times I'll send specialized ones. So sometimes I'll notice I'll have like a lot of, let's say, leadership courses that semester. So I might, or not that semester, that month. And so I'll take that, I'll actually create an email just for the leadership students. Now, to give you an idea, this is about 1,700 students that I'm sending it to. So it's a lot of classes, usually around 100. So I don't always have the time to break it up by large overarching concepts. But when I do, I find that those individual guides get a lot more clicks, so to speak. Um, the idea here is to make those first steps less scary And I know scary sounds like a silly word to use, but it's true. Our students oftentimes are afraid to get started because they just don't know where to go or what to do. So when I send out my email, I say hello, I introduce myself, and then I provide them with a guide to use. All the professors that are teaching these courses that I'm sending the emails to should also receive the email as well so that the professors know exactly what I'm saying to their students. Mixed in among that are things like my office hours. So I actually offer 5 hours of office hours every single week. Um, one on a Tuesday, one on a Thursday, and then three on Saturdays. So I try to make sure that I'm available to the students um, as often as possible at different hours during the day. So for instance, Tuesdays is in the morning, Thursdays is in the evening, and Fridays is sort of, I mean, sorry, Saturdays is sort of in the middle of the early morning till noon time. We have a huge following that has been coming to our Saturday office hours. We find that to be one of the most successful ones that we've had. It's called Coffee and Research with Lauren and Stephanie. We have a lot of students that come back. They know they can just come in, ask their question, and go on about their day. Some of them use us as like a touching point, right? So they get to see that there's a person there. There's two people on Saturdays that's a human behind the computer. Um, and I think that's probably the most important part, right? So I think having someone, they have a face they can put to a name, they have an email address, they have a Zoom room link that they can get into. They know that I'm there. Every LibGuide that I share and every message I send is really an invitation for students and faculty to reach out. So I'm here to make sure that even though we are miles apart, different time zones, you name it, staring at screens, that we're all working towards the same goal, which is getting students to that graduation finish line with the best possible work in their portfolios. So thank you for letting me be your digital partner. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if there's any way that I can help support you and your students.